Carl and Lindsay shared an apology sandwich at Kyle's Igloo of closure.
Mia promised she'd kill West. She promised. Like she promised all of us.
West gives a full dissertation on why he really doesn't want to break Sierra's heart. Ultimately to just say, but YOLO, am I right? Huh?
Welcome to Showmance, everybody. The #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as Lindsay's unresolved Sharon trauma file and shows as shallow as Kyle's just want to say hi marital repair strategy. I just want to say hi.
She's like, no.
Yeah.
My friends are summoning me.
What friends, Amanda? What friends?
I found some chips. Wow.
If Courtney were here, she'd be like, don't jump around.
Sorry, Courtney. You're not here.
Yeah,
Love
graduation to go
Love
to.
you all the way from New Jersey.
Anyway, Courtney's not here, and we got the screener early. And so Courtney planned everything the right way. We're going to wait for her to do in the city, but we had to take the extra day to do this because it just means that, like, I won't be up all night, one night this week, and that's great. So Harris is joining us for the Summer House finale, and it actually really feels right. He should have been the 4th at the very minimum.
Happy to be here. This is my show. These are my people.
Yeah.
This is my culture.
I know. And you'll note that Harris is dressing like it's a funeral.
We're dressing like it's a funeral in black today because today this episode felt a little bit like a death, no?
Yeah, no, it
Or at
did.
least an end of a chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, I don't
They know
want
something
to
we
jump
don't.
ahead in case Courtney calls us, but the end was a very different season finale, packing up, leaving the summer house.
Yeah.
Because they all were weirdly very sentimental about it. They know something
Yeah, it's
we
weird.
do not. And
Yeah.
it really
It's
pissed me
weird.
off.
Yeah. It could simply just be because at that time, obviously, Sierra knows nothing of what's happening yet, you know? So I'm wondering if it could just be that they know that the house has been sold.
Maybe, because they said buy house.
Yeah.
Not to ruffle any feathers, but Sierra commented to the TMZ,
Yeah.
Sierra's coming back, and she was like, why would you believe anything TMZ says about anything?
Yeah.
So she neither confirmed nor denied.
That's the thing. So she basically said TMZ doesn't know dick all about me.
Yeah.
Best case, they do know, but it's not the time for that announcement because that's something that you hold on to for a minute. That's a buildup that you need. She deserves all of that to be able to make those choices. And worst case is it was just fake news altogether. So
I hope she comes back.
Yeah.
I would love to see her, KJ, Mia.
Yeah.
Jesse Solomon, like, I want to see him in the summer house, in the context of summer house.
No, so do I now, which is so
also,
funny.
he's down the street right
Yeah,
now.
he's done. If we open
Singing
our
his-
windows, we
singing
can
his
hear
little
him
heart out.
at the Trube.
I guess I'll start.
Being me.
Did you see that a fan fainted and he didn't notice?
I sent that to you.
Oh, was it from you?
Yeah, I sent
of
that
course
to
it was from you. I don't know why
I sent that to you. A fan fully fainted at his show.
Yeah.
And they were like, hello, like this girl. He kept going.
Yeah, and it's not like the Troubadour is like a very small. It's super tiny.
Yeah.
Like I
Very
assume that
intimate
these are kind of the venues that he's performing at is like small club bars, you know, whatever. And so if you saw the reel, you would see that like there's like not that many people there. How he missed like Man Down, you know? And it's like right at the time where he's like, now you guys sing it.
Yeah, but that's so Jesse though, right? That's so Jesse to like not know that the Titanic is sinking.
Yeah.
We're coming right back into this Après Ski party, which listen, it's no snooze fest, but like
Which was such a missed opportunity to not do round 2.
snooze fest round 2. I can't decide if I liked it because it was good or because I like a night party.
Yeah, same.
Night party.
Night party, yeah.
Like the party was whatever.
It was a good theme.
I would
like,
rather
It was
them
a
just
fine,
give
us-
regular thing.
yeah, butt cheeks and puffer jackets.
Yeah, I guess it.
I would rather them just give us Winter House season 4 though,
Oh,
instead of
that's
Après
true.
Ski.
Yeah,
No,
right.
that's true. That's
So
true.
I'm just like, why are you rubbing it in our faces?
Yeah. But I do, I love a night party because like nobody's
love a
like
night
dirty
party.
dancing during the day. And if they are, they're like a sloppy drunk that like you don't want to see dirty dancing. But like the only way that like Wes and Sierra were going to like be bumping and grinding was like at the fall
dark.
of night in the dark. Yeah. Cause you don't want that shit in the light.
And Porch.
I know. Okay. So we start off with Kyle and Sierra having a talk. Sierra pulls Kyle aside and gives him the kindest version of, you know, please stop being a one-man wrecking ball to your marriage.
I feel like she let him
friends.
down really easy.
Yeah.
And she has gotten better at those more like objective conversations.
Yeah.
I feel like she used to be a little bit more like super matter of fact, but I feel like she's gotten better at like her delivery.
Yeah. And I thought it was good that when she was like, I wouldn't even have this conversation with you if I didn't love you.
Yeah, correct.
And I believe her.
Yeah.
So the first time I watched it, I totally believed her. The second time I watched it, I didn't not believe her. And like, I'm not even saying this in a bad way or anything or in a blamey way. Like, she should be on Amanda's side at that moment in time.
Yeah.
It's just starting to like read that she's way on Amanda's side
Oh, definitely.
and is pushing for what Amanda wants as opposed to trying to really help this situation. You know what I mean?
I do.
And listen, I don't say that to mean she's not trying to help the situation. I think she is trying to help the situation, but I think in her mind, she thinks helping is doing whatever Amanda wants, not
Agreed.
necessarily what Kyle and
What's
Amanda
best for Amanda.
or
Yeah.
what's best for the relationship or the both of them.
Yeah.
It's only what Amanda wants.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I have in there to ask, do you think Ciara really thought Amanda would be open to an apology or even wanted one at this point in the night? Because when we do see that last scene, we see that like she's clearly like rooting for the demise of this, like not rooting in a way that's like, F you, Kyle, but is like, Amanda, get yours, you know? So it is a weird like intro and ending to this. I can't really.
Well, and then you got to pair all the other little scenes together too, and that's what makes me be like, I think you think you're helping, and I think listen, I think that they shouldn't be together. So at the end of the day, she is helping, right? But I do think that she's pushing Amanda's agenda,
Yeah.
not necessarily Sierra's agenda to help her two friends out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, totally.
It's more just mastermind schemery from Amanda,
Yeah.
I feel like.
I have to give it up to whoever decided how they were going to do if this was recut, if this was always the plan. I don't know. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like I always think I know, and I always have my theories, but like the way that they have rolled out ever since like the news dropped and they've been taking their sweet time getting the cuts out and whatever, it seems to me that they had an agenda here and they have really rolled out I say beautiful, it's been ugly, but like a beautiful way, like artistically to show you all of these different sort of sides to these people. And whether you want to hone in on the Amanda West stuff and like show that extended hand touch or that look across the room or the kiss that you're like, can you close your mouth when you're kissing her on the forehead? Like, who gives an open mouth kiss to a forehead? You know, that's not a thing unless you're doing it.
It was more like a tongue in the ear, but sure.
Yeah, exactly. And to see the way that she has been maneuvering Kyle and manipulating the girls in the house. So we're just like freshly coming off of that. I gave an open apology letter to Kyle, which
What kind of world are we living in where Natalie has to give an open apology letter to Kyle?
A lot of people enjoyed it.
I mean,
For what
I
it's
loved
worth.
it, but we entered a different timeline.
it really was.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Like, I know. I've never liked Kyle. I don't know who's making these calls of how they did these last like 4 or 5 episodes, but they have been, I don't know, just like kind of shattering of like anything that I thought about people, anyone that I thought I knew. Obviously had zero love for Kyle. When you spend 10 years loathing someone, like you don't think that like just a couple episodes could change that. And they did. And like, that's just like, that's Emmy deserving, I think. Like Vanderpump got nominated. It didn't end up winning, but like, and I think that this is way more intense than that. Now I know that the scandals are different, but like, this is more intense to me.
I agree. Just think about what we would have gotten had the scandal not dropped.
Yeah.
When it did. Like, imagine it dropped like after the entire season was over.
Yeah.
Or it just didn't happen at all. Amanda would have gotten, like Courtney said, she would have gotten like the Ariana edit
Yes.
the whole time. And she would be the one with the brand deals. And I just wonder what kind of world we would have lived in if that was what we were
Totally.
seeing. And I don't know if it would have been more fun. I don't know if I would have enjoyed it as much. Not that I've enjoyed this. Like, I don't enjoy seeing the demise of all these people that I love and hold so dear to me.
Yeah.
But certainly added a different element to the show that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Stakes were raised, and I think we all can appreciate that as viewers.
Totally. And watching Amanda's just her whole sort of like mode of operation and realizing like, no, if I look back, I do see it. But I never thought that the maliciousness could be, and like the manipulation was at like a level that I didn't see. And I pride myself in being like, what are you doing over there? That's not right. I know what's going on. You cannot like someone, but to not see that at all, it was like, it was humbling.
I mean, I feel dumb because you know me, because like I was like, oh, I'm starting to come around to Amanda. I'm like Amanda, and I'm like, oh, Amanda,
Amanda Batula.
Yeah, Amanda the snake.
Batula.
So I feel stupid, but
Like things are changing. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here because that's how good of a job that they're doing is just showing us new angles every week. And I said something that like, as I said it, I knew I shouldn't have. Like, I mean, not before I said, but as I was saying it, I'm like, that's going to live forever. I said that Amanda was like a horribly awful person. And like, I didn't mean that. Like, I don't mean, she's not a horrible, she's a human being. I've told my story about how I did something similar when I was 17 years old. And like, that's, again, I get it. I'm in high school. I know it's not the same. I'm not married, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I understand the human, I understand that these things happen and it's like things can catch you at like the worst possible time. And by the worst time, I just mean like just two things just like happen to crash into each other at the same time, whether it's like a total time of insecurity or a relationship that you just got out of meets this like immovable force or whatever that is. What is it? An immovable force meets it's in like Spider-Man, I think.
Courtney would know.
Joe Schmo will know. I didn't mean that, but you are acting like one.
Well, you can do something that you have no control over. You can have this immovable force in your life and you can be remorseful for how it affects other people.
Yeah.
Amanda is not remorseful for how this immovable force that happened to her affected so many other people.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she's not a bad person for it happening to her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's a bad person either, but she's certainly not giving us any room to feel bad for her because of how she's responding to people's response to her.
Yeah.
So
I can tell.
I don't necessarily feel bad for her right now.
I don't feel bad for her because she clearly made some very specific decisions and then continued to do them and then lied about it and then tried
puts
to
it on mental health.
Yeah,
and like,
all that stuff. If she takes it and is like, that is a crazy time in my life, like in like, you know, like a couple years down the road to look back and go, I don't even recognize myself. Like you have that ability to get a couple years out of this and be like, I was a completely different person. That was the craziest time in my life. I can't believe I would do that. Like, I don't even know who that person is. Like, I believe that can happen. And this could just be like a blip on the radar of your life. And like, you can totally move out of it. Time will tell how she decides if she's been a victim in this and doesn't learn anything from it.
I think maybe taking some time away from filming in general.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think that would be the biggest thing for her to be able to look in the mirror and be like, wow, I really hurt people.
Yeah.
And now I'm having to answer for it without a camera in my face. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see her on my screen right now.
I don't either, man.
Sorry, In the City was a snooze fest.
Yeah. And listen, it's a pilot. Never judge a show by its pilot. It's my rule that I live by. But we were talking a little bit before we started filming about how it does seem very like New York City, the Valley, but New York City.
Right.
Listen, the Valley has grown on me. I did not like the first season. I hated it. And Courtney was like, you got to give it another shot. It's actually really good. I do like the way that New York does parenting as opposed to our little Angelinos are kind of messy. I feel like you're not allowed to be messy in Manhattan as a parent. I don't know. I have a little bit more hope for it. But I don't know.
I think Kyle was right when he said that Amanda Batula is not ready for that right now.
Oh, yeah, no, she's definitely not ready for that.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
What?
Because you guys are being way too nice to this piece of shit.
No, I just want to like
T-face.
listen. I listened back
T-face.
to the episodes.
Twat-face.
I don't want to put that on her that she's like deserving of death. You know, like she's like really displayed some horrible behavior. It's awful. I don't want to say that she. You know, I don't know, man. I just felt like I went really hard on her. And here's the reason I even bring this up. It's because. And it's hard not to jump around in this because like it's all a big, like we're all just like sponging everything they're giving us and putting puzzle pieces together and the timeline together. And like, You guys all know that I thought that this relationship was over before the summer house even started, that like they made an agreement. I don't know what that agreement, like the details of it is. I have my theories about it, but like I'm still working it out, and like things happen and either make me think, oh, maybe not. Maybe I went too hard on that, but this episode, it's like affirming my theory. Like I really think that this thing was like already agreed upon between the two of these people. Because here's the thing, as much as these shows can be real, you still have a production schedule. You still know that we're shooting this from June till August. And then on September, whatever it is, 7th or 4th, whatever, the day that we're wrapping out of the summer house, we are day one onto a new production. You can't not have your story in mind. You can't not know what you're going to give them, especially 10-year veterans, you know, like they're thinking about this stuff. So by the end of this, I was like, there's so much crazy shit that like Kyle is not mad enough about this stuff. He's not like, he's just being super understanding. And like Kyle is not known for his anger management or his maturity, you know? So watching this last episode kind of reaffirmed what I thought from the beginning, which made me think, how horrible is Amanda? You can't excuse her from what she did specifically to Sierra, but like the extramarital affair or like whatever, like that now to me is like, that might not be on the table. Like I don't. And listen, he cheated too. So a lot of people might think it doesn't matter anyways. A lot of people might just think already it's been cross-canceled. But if they had an agreement that this is how they were going to roll this out, then like that part of it goes away. And that makes it a little less, not great. She's still dealing with Sierra.
Do you think they rolled it out the way that they did because they knew that they were going to be immediately jumping into something else so that it would be more salacious? Or
no, like I think that the West part of it was not in the cards. I think that Kyle didn't know anything about that. But I believe that they were separated before the season began, but decided we've worked however many years to get this show up. What's the best story to tell? Let's finish one last summer. Yeah. And then when we go into the next show, we will do all the beats that show. Oh, we tried. We went to the therapy. It didn't take. It only made me feel worse. Got it. You know, and so
that makes sense.
So that's why I'm like, I look back at my big like Kyle apology tour, and while I still think that Amanda was way worse in this relationship than I had thought in the beginning, I don't know if you guys had an arrangement, an agreement of sorts. Like, I can't feel so horrible for Kyle for this summer, you know, because it seems very performed to me now. And like I said, I still think he had a shitty partner, a wickedly shitty partner. Like, but I'm back more like in the middle of you. Like, you guys deserve each other a little bit. Like, I like Kyle way more. Like, I definitely do, but I don't know, man. So after that, we get to the Igloo. Lindsay asks Carl, can we talk? Leads him to the Igloo, which like I didn't even know was there, but I like that. I love little places. Like, that's why I love going to the Parker in Palm Springs, because like they have all these little like nooks of places to sit. I was surprisingly satisfied with this. What did you guys think? I was very satisfied with it, and that's why I was so happy that I got to be the one to say that intro. Because something in me healed. Yeah. I could see them being friends again. Yes. I know that's a bit of a stretch. It's not. But I can see them being friends again. Yeah. I can see if he ever comes out, I can see her being like the first person that he tells. Yeah. And it'll just be like, no shit. Yeah. I miss them being friends. I do too. And this was like a great moment of getting that back. And I thought what she said was very like concise. She didn't get activated. No. She kept her cool. Yeah. She kept her points very concise, which is also not really like Lindsay, because sometimes she can be a little bit of a word sandwich. Yeah. And I did think it was interesting how much Sharon affected her decision to talk to Carl. But then I think, like, of course that would affect her, the mom of it all. Of course. She lost another mom. Yeah. So I actually watched it back and had that thought the second time I watched it,
because I was like, oh, this is Lindsay we're talking about
Yeah.
here. And I thought Carl's apology was also a little bit like he read that in a book and, you know, like just spewed it back out. His apology to me was a little bit lackluster, but it wasn't, I'm sorry if I made you feel that way, which he did when they broke up.
Yeah.
It wasn't, well, I don't think I did that to you, which I think he also kind of displayed when they broke up. This was very much like, I'm sorry that I did that to you. I never wanted this to be how we ended things. And I'm glad we had some nice times this summer and hopefully we can continue having those. And she was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It felt really nice.
Yeah. Were you like taken aback at all, just like at how amenable Carl was to the whole thing? Or were you like, no, that's Carl?
Yeah, no, not Carl, but Lindsay. Like I was surprised that I think that the mom thing affected her, obviously, but I think it was her finally accepting that like Carl's never coming. Carl's never coming to talk to her or ask her or check on her or
Because he's too much of a pacifist.
yeah,
Like,
whatever reason, it's not happening. So I think that was her catalyst. Like I think she just needed to say it, and she realized Carl's never coming to have this conversation with me,
which does make me a little sad.
Yeah.
I wish he would have tried a little harder.
Yeah, no, definitely. I liked that she went to him, though. I liked that she was chill about it. I liked that he tried to interrupt her a couple of times, and then finally was like, you could see him go through chapter 4, let him finish, don't interrupt, in the little book that he was memorized. So I liked that he did finally just shut up and let her say her piece. And then, I don't like, this is so stupid because I don't care about crying. I don't like that he cried. I wish he wouldn't have tried to cry or do the little fake tear, squish a tear. Like, I just wish he would have manned up. And I know that sounds the way it sounds, but like,
I've been saying it.
I wish he would have just said.
Well, Mike, when you're a little fruity,
Yeah.
you get the pass to shed a little tear here and there.
Yeah, you get to without being fruity, I think. But I just wish he would have stated an apology with some gusto, said the thing at the end, like, listen, I'm sorry it took 2 years and you had to come to me to be like, what the like that part, I was like, it could have been better, and just said with a little more oomph. And matter of factness.
I agree.
So overall, I was pretty pleased. We called it last week that that weird fight where she goes to him in the kitchen and is like, yo, listen, like tries to calm him down.
Yeah.
That was going to be the weird catalyst to bring them back together. The thing that just made them realize that they're supposed to be in each other's lives in some way or in another. I don't think they're going to get back together, but so it seems like that is true. That is what happened.
Yeah.
That they had some sort of connection.
I feel like their conversation in the Igloo was very reminiscent of their relationship. It was Lindsay doing a lot of the talking, kind of taking charge, and Carl just kind of like, okay.
But the relationship was Lindsay screaming
Yeah.
and Kyle cowering.
Yeah.
And this was Lindsay talking and Carl listening and responding. So a little bit of growth.
A little bit of growth.
A little bit of growth.
Let me just ask you as a pessimist, as what I'm always doing.
Oh no.
Carl knows when the production dates are. Carl knows that they're rolling. Like we knew. We knew because they told us the plan. This next season of Summer House is going to roll straight and it's going to follow them back. Do you think that Carl took it with any hopes in his mind of like, Lindsay seems to be like in charge here kind of, or like this seems to be kind of Lindsay's show?
Let me fall in line.
Let me see if I can. Here's the thing. Everything that Lindsay said, and like I also just like me and Kyle now and me and Lindsay now, like 10 years of I did not like Lindsay had one more year than Kyle did as for when I fell for Lindsay. But I know that Lindsay is very pushy, very alpha, very doesn't like it's her way or the highway. Like I know all that. And I couldn't tell for sure whether like, I love the way that it went because I wanted Lindsay to just get hers. And I have never liked the way that Carl did what he did. I don't like, Courtney will say, you know, she has said, like brought up how it's like Carl needed a camera crew there to be able to follow through with what he needed to do. If they weren't
wouldn't have
there,
been able to
he
do it
wouldn't have been able to
without-
do it.
yeah.
Yeah. But I would find that unforgivable. Like I would never in a million years be in the same room. Well, I guess it's hard to say because I'm not on a show that's going to pay me bajillions of dollars, you know, and like, so that could be something, but like, I would never forgive that person. I would never talk to them. I would treat them like a dog, like, because I humiliation, nationally, worldwide broadcasted, like, you don't break off an engagement 2 months before the wedding date, like
On TV.
on television.
And she said that. She was like, I thought our connection was deeper than just the television show.
So like Lindsay forgiving him and even giving him the chance to talk, I was like, that's growth for her.
Yeah.
Because she's such a like, no, dead to me, you know, like I will spend the rest of my life bringing him down, you know, like she's that type. And so her going through with this and letting and accepting his apology, which I think she did by the end of it. Like I would have loved to see an embrace afterwards to like solidify it, but like of course we just sort of get like a look of like
they cut it off and it was just like a longing in her eyes.
yeah.
But
so I'm happy that
take it.
yeah, exactly. I'm happy that she got what she got from him, regardless of how she got it, because I think that it was earned, hardcore earned.
100%.
I do wonder, like, is Carl just in a place of like, no, that was wrong. Or is he like, I still have this bar. I'm $1 bajillion in the hole for it. I got to keep having a platform.
As one Courtney Abiati says, 2 truths.
Yeah. And the way that he looks at her too, if there ever was a woman that Carl was going to marry, it would have been Lindsay, I think. Like he does look at her with a deep love, I think.
He's basically like a gay dude trapped in a woman's body. So.
Yeah. Later in the city when they do the flashbacks to when she was like, I used to have fairy dust shooting out of my, and then it shows her and then nurse's outfit on top of Carl. And he's like, that's so hot. And
wow,
I'm like,
babe.
is it, Carl?
In case you don't know, we think every guy on Bravo is gay here.
Some more than others.
We're trying to tone it down. But Carl, you, sir,
Yeah.
love ya. I just love that Amanda was like, and she's wearing bunny ears.
Yes. That is always our
sometimes
favorite
Amanda,
thing.
you can be funny, I guess.
I know. No, it is. It is really funny
You're not
how
in Loser Lake.
I know.
So these crazy monumental moments are always in
Yeah.
the most ridiculous costumes.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Do you have a favorite? Does one come to mind?
Paige was in that. Of course, it's going to be Paige because I love her. She was in that little deer costume, and Ciara was in, I think Ciara was in the Avatar costume or something.
Oh, yeah.
And Paige was like, I need to get a lobotomy. And Ciara was like, I think they were talking about Craig or something. Yeah. And Ciara was like, what's a lobotomy? Paige goes, you're a nurse.
That's right.
That's hilarious. The old people one, I know it was recent, but that one was funny because there were so many serious conversations in that party with just those great cosmetics old people.
Yeah.
And Ciara kept playing the part. Oh, Jesus. And then talking about her drums. And like, I think at one point, Lindsay came over to talk and she started the serious conversation for a couple sentences in her, well, I'll tell you.
And it was like, oh, this is serious.
Oh, no, we're actually... No. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I love when they're all at the table. I think it was just last season.
The Lobster Bibs, Lindsay's gender reveal, right?
Oh, was that? That's right. It was a gender reveal, and I feel like Paige is the only one that ended up ripping hers off. And like
she was screaming at Kyle.
Yeah, and because Paige knows, like, I'm not wearing this in this fight, but everyone else is like, it's just panning to everyone's faces. They've all got these.
And she said it. She was wearing Prada.
Yeah, she's wearing Prada. That's right. Oh, good times.
You will never not be famous, Paige DeSorbo.
So Kyle emotionally circles the party, like he said, a plane just circling in an airport. Like, when do I ask? When do I land? Yeah. And he says to Amanda, like, oh, I want to introduce you to someone, which I don't know who. It doesn't seem like.
She literally said, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. But like, who was there? Like, there was no one there. I almost feel like it was just like, I'll just tell her this. I'll just tell her I have to introduce her to someone.
He's like, Amanda, this is Jesse. That's my friend. This is my wife,
Which I would have wanted to see, Amanda.
I know.
I love in her interview, she's like, I don't want to ignore him, I just don't want to talk to him or hang out with him or see him or be next to him
Yeah.
or any of those things. What do you
Yeah.
call that?
I felt like everything would have been warranted. Obviously, like they've had a shitty weekend and shitty weeks leading up to it. So
Shitty 6 years.
yeah, totally. What I think now is that blow up at the table, she's probably thinking was like a gift from the little baby Jesus. And she's not going to let him say anything that's going to deter what she's already.
Part of her campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, she finally has a real solid reason to leave him.
Yeah. And she's not going to let him get some camera time and be like, and say anything that might sway anyone to feel one more. She's like, nope. Like she's literally like with like blinders on, like is not going to like.
She enlisted the help of Hub House PR and was like, how do I get out of this?
Yeah.
Make him look like a demon.
Yeah. Stay with the momentum of the dinner table takedown.
Yeah.
So then we're on Sabrina and Sierra talking.
You mean Skinwalker?
Wait, is that where we're at with Sabrina?
No, that's how I felt. Remember that's what I said that's
when
how
we
I
first
felt.
started. Yeah, when we first
when
But
we
it
first
hasn't.
met her.
Has it evolved at all?
No, because I feel like she's still love bombing Sierra.
Yeah.
Because she was like, when Ben told me he loved me for the first time, you were the first person that I wanted to.
I know.
You just met her a few weeks ago.
I know, but Sierra.
That's weird.
It is, but it would be weird if Sierra were commenting on it, but she's returning it right back. She's like,
but
you're
Sierra's
the reason
also
that
so nice.
She is, but she.
I mean, I'm not saying she's
Oh no,
not.
actually,
but
yeah,
like,
she's.
Well,
actually,
remember
she's
when
not
Carl
that
was like,
nice.
I have a crush on you, and she was like, oh, really?
But that's Carl,
Yeah,
though. Like,
No, but there is a little bit of a awkward
that's true.
shyness to Sierra.
No, there
when
is.
she's uncomfortable.
But then she said to Sabrina, you're the reason why I decided, like, listen, you can like someone. It's okay. You can have a crush. You can date them. You can make out with them. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Like, which is almost like Sabrina.
Yeah.
But like it almost kind of seems like they might be mutually kind of into each other. I don't know, like how that just randomly happens where sometimes you just meet someone at the perfect time and like maybe that personality would have been a huge turnoff a year before today, but like it seems
Well,
like
the one thing that I will say, I think Sabrina has been so supportive of Sierra. Last episode of the one before, they went on like a double date, right? So maybe Sierra in her mind is like, this girl is rooting for me and Wes to get back together. Like if she sees it in me that we're capable of getting back together, she's trying to help us like facilitate dates again. Like maybe I should lean into that. Maybe I should just like let her like cheer me on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where Sierra's coming from. But I just feel like Sabrina just freaks me out.
No, I know.
A love bomber.
Yeah. Sierra's been
love
in
bombing
this.
your friends too is actually
Love bombing your friends is crazy.
like she's not even really love bombing Ben. She's just normal.
I
bombing
know.
Yeah,
Ben.
she's normal, like coupley
Yeah,
vibes with
she's
that.
love bombing the people.
She is. I think that Sierra is one of the most guarded people I've ever seen
Sierra would
on
say
these
so
shows.
herself.
Yeah,
So
I'm
she
more
would
with you.
s-
I'm more with you. Like I agree with you. Like I think it's funny that we call her Skinwalker and she's a little crazy. She's definitely growing on me. I'm kind of a Sabrina fan. I think
Sabrina.
The brain are.
Sabrina. That I think Sierra would 100% be at least in the confessional being like, "Yo, dude,"
Yeah,
or sitting with
chill
Mia in a
out.
bed bug session,
Yeah.
being like, "Yo, what's up with this chick? Love bombing me. She's a Looney Tune. I feel like she's gonna skinwalker me," but she hasn't. She's like accepted it, kind of been down with it. And is saying the same things back to her. So I think that there's like I think it's a Bailey Levi situation.
Yeah.
Where they just went and had coffee and they're like, oh my God, we're in love with each other.
And listen, I don't have to
Yeah.
understand it because it's not my friend that's love bombing me.
Yeah.
I've projection disclaimer. I don't like a love bomber in a friendship.
No, I'm totally with you. The thing that I think that maybe Sarah's getting from her is like because this thing with West has been going on for so long. And like, of course she has friends to talk about it. She can talk to Paige about it. She can talk to Hannah about it. She clearly is talking to Amanda about it. Like, it's not like she lacks people to talk about it to. But sometimes like you almost just like need fresh ears or like a new perspective or like someone who isn't already told you like, oh my God, like you just want to, like this thing is still happening. This is still a very big like pull in your life, but like you probably feel embarrassed at a certain point to like keep talking about like these feelings and this like back and forth, whatever. So sometimes I think that people come into your life and you're like, oh, okay, I still need to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about it to people that there's like consequences with telling them
Or
about
that
it.
I've beaten a dead horse with.
I've beaten a dead horse, and I think they're going to talk about it when we leave. And like, not that Sierra thinks she has horrible friends that way, but like sometimes you just need to give those people a break and like listen to it from someone new. And I feel like maybe Sabrina got dropped into her life almost kind of how Mia did, like just at the right time that she needed some new support, needed some new ears and whatever.
Sabrina's very objective. She doesn't really know all the extent of the details of the West of it all. She only knows what Ben knows, which Ben knows like Dick all.
Yes.
Just from a few weeks or months of being there with
yes.
us. So
after that, we go to Ben and Wes talking, and they're laying back on their lounge chairs. And
first they're not talking.
What are they doing?
He was like teabagging him.
What do you mean?
Boys will be boys.
It did look for a half a second, like when they first cut in, before that, like he was riding him. It looked like Ben had his hand on West's dick. Like that West was just kind of sitting there, and Ben had his hand right here. It looked like that, but West's leg was like up like this, and he had it on his leg. But for half a second, I was like, "Are you just holding his dick? Like you guys are real good friends."
Are you a
homosexual? Beverly Leslie is a homosexual. So this is the conversation that
sent me into a spiral.
It left me with a twitch.
Yeah.
It was the most honest thing. It was the most straightforward thing. In the moment, the words were like what they actually are, like whether he really felt them or not. Obviously, I don't know what this dude feels, maybe nothing. But for him to say like, can you tell Sabrina when we're all together to not like put us on the spot and say you guys should be in a relationship, because it just is a lot of pressure. It's just like, that's not happening. It's weird. I think if I'm being so honest, which all these kids, can I be so honest? Can you be so for real?
Soups for real.
No, not like Soups is like old school. So for real and so honest. Yeah, please be so honest, okay? If I'm being so honest, I think we both know that we have always liked each other. That's so obvious to me. But I know what happened when I tried dating her casually and really her shit up. It's really hard when your natural chemistry with each other is so easy and we like each other. It's really tough. And I think it's clear that our baseline is being really close and really flirty, and it's hard to ignore that sexual tension. Last night we were drunk, me, Jesse, Ciara, and which brings me back to you thinking that they want to have a threesome. Last night we were drunk as me, Jesse, Ciara, and what I wanted to do, Ben interjects with jumper bones, to which Wes replies, yeah. That being said, I'm not trying to portray that I'm a boyfriend. It's not what I'm doing. And the problem is I couldn't say that 2 years ago.
Whoa.
I made 1,000 excuses as to why I didn't want to be with her instead of just saying I'm not there. But the last thing I want to do, the last thing I want is her to be heartbroken. Like, this is the clearest he has ever been. He's right. He should have said that. He didn't need to bring in all the different things. He didn't need to go have the article, speak to the Times reporter about it. Like, he just should have been like, I'm not a boyfriend. I'm having a great time dating you.
We can like...
Yeah, but if I meet another bitch, I'm gonna bang her. Like, it's as simple as that. In this moment, this is like he's on the right track. He blows it in like a matter of seconds, I feel like. But like, it was just interesting to hear him say all those things. It's a shame he was saying them to Ben and not to Sierra.
To the person that it matters most to.
Yeah.
It was everything you wanted him to say before he wrote that article. And whatever happened. Same with Carl. Like, these dudes are dumb. 2 years too late.
No, totally.
It seemed like a real good thing to say, but it's also, like we've talked about, it's hard to watch this show honestly now because there's so many things happening in real life that you're like, yeah, it seemed honest, but then we know
it's not.
He blows it later, and everything Amanda says gets blown, and
it's so
interesting to see also because while he's maniacal, there is a level of self-awareness to him.
Yeah.
Like, how do you end up with Amanda Batula, who's like the most insecure, like unaware?
I'm starting to think West is a type of dude that can't say no to girls. Like, if a girl, listen, I'm not defending West. West is a piece of shit. But even Mia said it, like, and that's what everybody hates about West, is that he's so charming and he's so funny and he's cool and he's fun to hang out with and he's a fun dude and like all these things, right? I think West, when a girl tries to make out with him or hits on him or approaches him or flirt, He can't say no. I think that that's what happened. Like, we'll get to the kiss later, but it seemed like a dude who can't say no because he doesn't want to disappoint or hurt anyone's feelings. And I'm starting to know after watching this episode, I think that's how he got stuck with Amanda.
So do you think there's like a people-pleasing element to West?
I don't know if it's a people-pleasing
Or
as much as it's a
not trying to disappoint?
just with girls who make out with him or want to make out with him. I think his ego is so huge, maybe, that he's like, I'm just going to let her make out with me. I don't want to hurt her feeling. I'm not going to say no. That's up.
That makes it worse.
Totally. I'm not saying it's good.
You can't believe that. Like, you're thinking he's doing it for them. Like, you can't say no to them.
The kiss with Ciara was so, it's all that red to me.
Okay, but after the fact, and we'll get there, but like, he was pushing her to stay in his room later. Like,
Quite literally pushing.
Pulling, actually, literally pulling.
Yeah, I think, well, there's two truths.
Boners?
Well, I
one
think,
truth?
listen, let's not get to the kiss, because I like, the kiss made me think of, it made me really just... Whatever. I have a whole new perspective on all these idiots now.
Okay. So then we see this pop of Bailey and Levi in the house where like Bailey and Levi are both looking for each other and they're like circling around like the same area. And Mike saw this thing that I'm still pissing my pants about.
Levi is Bailey's imaginary friend.
Because
That's
like
wild.
Yeah, like during the spin the bottle night, Levi kisses Jesse, which was totally uncelebrated. Like nobody cared about it because all we were seeing that night was like that Kyle and Amanda were kissing.
Yeah.
And across was West pulling his chair over to Sierra. So we didn't really ever get into it. But like Levi really has been like just
nothing sandwich.
Except for like her and Bailey's friendship is so special to me. And I think it's so adorable. And we see that later when they like fall asleep with their head like leaning on each other, like snuggled up. Is so
Bailey
cute.
was like, we fell asleep and when I woke up, we were cuddling.
Yes. And who was it that was like, I think we needed that.
Levi said that.
Yeah,
We
Levi
needed
said that.
That's so
The imaginary friend
sweet.
said that.
But like, how funny would that be if it's like Fight Club, you know, where it's like, oh, where's Tyler Durden? Like, oh, it's me. Like Tyler, they were never in the room together at the same time or whatever. I thought that was so funny, especially in that moment because when you told me about it, it was the scene when they were like, no, she was just here. No, you just missed her. Yeah. It's like, did you though? So it's right after that like we're in the kitchen. And Kyle and Lindsay are sitting there talking, and then Amanda pops up and she's just trying to like get some pizza. And then Kyle's like, oh, hey, can we? And she's like, I gotta go. I'm being summoned by my friends or whatever. And Lindsay's like, just like, listen, you can take one more stab at it. But like, if she says she doesn't want to talk tonight, just wait. And I just loved seeing Kyle and Lindsay back, like, just reinforcing that these two started this show, that they are like the oldest kids on the block, that are like there is something listen, they should probably just be friends, okay? But like they would make a great team if they were into each other.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that would be a little bit of a chaotic duo.
I think it would last though.
I think they have a lot in common. They're both really hard workers.
Yeah.
They're both incredibly driven, incredibly passionate people.
Yeah.
But I think that long term, it would just be too much. I feel like they try to alpha each other.
Yeah. Kyle's definitely like a take charge guy, but he's drunk half the time. So like the drunkenness kind of like simmers him a little bit, where like I think that like, I don't know, man. I just get a vibe from them sometimes. After that, we go to Kyle's confessional and he's like, I think I just gave her like everything that she needed to walk away. And like, this is the same outfit that he's wearing that is like the outfit. You think it's a more recent confessional? I feel like it was more recent.
Well, let me ask you this. If you think Kyle was giving recent confessionals in light of what's happened, do you think they've brought in everybody? Do you think anybody else's confessionals were recent? And do you think they would do that? Like, do you think Amanda's giving confessionals as of a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago? So
I don't think that Amanda was, because Amanda's are so egotistical and being like her latest one, like her latest like get up and her outfit. And it was like, it's all the same one as like her going, no, excuse me, sir. Like talking about Ben, you know?
Oh,
so she's like, that all seems from that, like her.
That was probably very fresh.
That was all before the news broke, you know, I do not think that Amanda could go and do a confessional and be like, I'm a married lady, you know, like I just don't think she could like say that with a straight face. What we see of her later, like she's such a wreck, clearly, like when they do that pickup for like like at the very end of this episode. I think that she's has no idea what's coming that I believe that it's real. Okay. But Kyle's and West's, like when like West has that whole like word salad of like, I just trying to avoid the relationship thing altogether. But like it just like didn't
So there's one of West when he's in this white shirt, which I feel like was definitely older.
Okay.
And then there's one where he's in this like kind of button up,
yes.
like darker colored one. His hair looks different. It looks longer.
Yes.
So that's maybe where you're right. I agree with you because it feels like that's not the same West from a few months ago.
Exactly.
He's trying to backpedal.
His energy is different. Yeah. And he's trying to insert things like, I'm just trying to like, that's not me. I don't want that. I'm just trying to avoid that. It's really confusing and awkward for me. Like it's so obvious that it's like after the fact.
Can't believe I ever loved you.
I know.
Sometimes I'll wait to have at least their rough cut or their string out of the season to bring them in. Or do it in 2 chunks where they'll have the first half of the season and then they'll have shit to ask them.
Back.
Know? Otherwise, it's just a crapshoot.
Yeah.
The first time we ever hear him say that there's flirting going on between Amanda and West is after the news is broken, and it's in that same Henley. So I think that is an interview outfit that is from Post faces. Okay, anyway, so after that, Carl and Yvonne talk. Yvonne asks Carl how's night's going, and Carl says transformational because he just had that great Igloo talk. Maybe he's opened up to be on in the city.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys, I got this bar that doesn't serve any alcohols.
So the party kind of starts wrapping up. There's pops of people leaving. And this one we get to Ciara, Amanda, and Mia talk. Amanda reprises her like same game from last week.
Oh, this pissed me off.
Yeah, please.
Oh, I'm never going to be good enough. And I actually did love when Ciara was like, okay, I'm going to take the big girl gloves off now because Amanda, you're starting to piss me the off. And of course, in hindsight, now we know all the words that she's saying to Amanda are just bullshit. Not Ciara saying it, but in hindsight, like none of it really mattered because Amanda went and stabbed her in the back. Yeah. I just hate watching Ciara champion this girl so hard and basically alluding to the fact that like you need to stop needing a babysitter. Yeah. And she didn't really say that in like that exact way, but she kind of alluded to the fact that like, yeah, you've had a caretaker for a really long time. It's time for Amanda to take care of Amanda. Yeah. And so I appreciated that, but I just wish that Ciara gave a little bit more tough love instead of the way that she's been championing her. Yeah.
For all our psychology people out there, I don't know if a Freudian slip has a sexual connotation only or if it's just any kind of slip up.
I didn't know that it had a sexual connotation to it. Freudian slip? I thought Freudian slip was just basically saying something that was like
you mean to say,
or like but didn't mean to say, but you said something that totally just gave up the bag.
It's like don't think anything of this. I'm just using it as this example. It's like if I was to call you Courtney, that's a Freudian slip, and because it's
Do you have something that you want to say about Courtney?
No, but that
are you sad tonight because Courtney's not here?
No, but the Freudian slip would be me talking about you and saying her name. And the thing is, you're thinking about Courtney, not the love of your life, blah, blah, blah. So it usually, and Freud was pervert.
Like Wes Wilson.
He thought everyone wanted to bang their moms. Like, he's a weirdo.
There's so much more to it than that. Look into it. Or don't. Actually, don't.
Yeah,
don't look into it.
Ciara, at some point, once Amanda was like, I'm never going to be good enough. Tell me how it is. I need you to take the gloves off and treat me like a woman or whatever. Ciara was like, if this was Mia, I would have already been to her house and packed her shit and dragged her out of there. Yeah. Because that's your real friend. Oof. That's what you do with your real life friends. Oof. This is your TV friend. So you're just going to milk this thing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and into a new show. Like this episode was a real bummer for me. Yeah. This episode, not like in the way that everyone thinks, like, it's over, this and that. To me, This was the curtain Wizard of Oz. Oh, there's the wizard.
Yep.
This is just some horny kids hornying it up, making out with each other, pretending to be emotional and mad, and pretending this and pretending that. And we're all sitting here milking the milking of it and talking about it and podcasting about it and blogging about it and screaming and being so mad and roar up in arms. And they're just sitting there stacking stacks of cash going, you guys are dumber than shit. The fact that these two dumbasses made out, and the fact that these two are seriously sitting here buying this bullshit from this idiotic moron and her whatever little dinosaur noise that she made before she tried to attempt to say, I just feel like I'm never going to be good enough. Because you're not. You're not good enough. You're good enough for no one. You're a piece of shit. Continue to feel that way because it's truth. It's the only true thing you've said all year. And these two are eating it up? Really? The two smartest, hottest, funniest, like most entertaining, like desirable, want to hang out. Like these are the only two people on this whole show anybody wants to hang out with. Maybe Dara and KJ. And these two are over your heads? No, dude, no. And then you're going to go make out with Dum Dum later? The are we doing? This episode ruined my entire life.
This
Nothing
episode
is real.
reinforced how like you feel about a lot of Bravo shows, that it does definitely feel
Bullshit.
very bullshitty, very overproduced, and like Summer House used to be just these idiots getting together, having the best time, like you said, the fantasy fulfillment of having a big sleepover with your buddies, and now they're hitting beats.
Yeah, because this was a life that was already happening.
Yeah.
And that's what reality was supposed to be. Interesting people doing interesting things. Put a camera on it.
Yeah.
That's reality TV. Is it real? No, nothing's real. Yeah, you got to throw a little spice and make some shit happen. But it's a situation that was already happening. That's the reality of reality TV. This was already happening. And if the cameras leave tomorrow, it's going to keep happening. And it's fun to watch and interesting. And if you're a part of it, it's funny and cool and whatever. So yeah, we're going to throw a camera. We're going to spice it up a little bit if things get dull. But like, it's already happening. And then it became super successful. And they were like, you know what? We can manufacture happenings. We can manufacture groups and relationships and housewives and this. And then it all went to shit. And then the shows that were real, like Summer House, where shit was already happening, became manufactured and shit. And now we're here, where you run out of stories, you run out of real relationships. People start making money. We talk about it all the time. They start making money outside the show. The show becomes fourth on the list of the things that are making them the most money and providing them the most fame and life that they have become accustomed to. And it all goes to hell.
It made me sad that we had to even ask ourselves, like, is this a bit?
Yeah, it seems
when we
like
first
a bit
talked
to
about
me
Samantha,
now.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Is this really happening?
Yeah.
Are they trying to Vanderpump us?
Yeah.
That made me sad to have to think about that, because this is my favorite show.
Yeah,
No,
how
I
sad
know.
are
And
you
it's
now
just
to realize
disappointing.
it's probably true?
And something
Kyle started to interrupt. Kyle and what's his name from Southern Hospitality? Brad. The motherfuckers need to come to LA and become actors. Because they're brilliant.
Brad is
so good.
Brad is so good.
He
but
had me
Kyle
trembling
with
in my
the
boots.
tears and
Totally.
Kyle apparently as good for multiple episodes.
Kyle.
If this is all a bit, then
I want to see Kyle in a Western movie, gunslinging, yelling at somebody, punching somebody.
dude, Kyle in a Western movie, but he's like the first entrepreneur. He
Yeah.
has starts a horse washing business
Or like a horseshoe business.
He's just
Yeah.
got multiple businesses that he's just trying to make
Rider
happen.
boy.
Moonshining.
Oh my god.
Moonshining.
The one thing that reinforced what you're saying to me right now was when Amanda goes sorry, not to jump ahead, but Amanda goes to Sierra when they're leaving. Nice working with
It
you.
was hilarious.
That's
What?
a dead
What are
giggle.
we
You
what are
just
we
confirmed that
talking about?
you are show friends.
Yeah.
I know, but
No, is that not right?
No, yes,
100%.
because of course, because we're looking at her that way. But like,
She said it.
Honestly, listen, Amanda is like the skeeviest bitch in town in the game right now. But like, I thought that moment was funny. I thought that she was just like, because they were both like, just found themselves hand in hand. Okay, now we're gonna shake hands, and for her to say like, "Nice working with you." Like, I thought it was humor. I thought that was funny. I'm just trying to call us like.
It was Amanda saying, "Thank you for helping me leave my husband."
Exactly.
Nice
Okay.
working
Ding,
with
ding,
you.
ding.
Okay, wait. Listen. Okay, I want to break down this whole scene. I want to read Amanda's entire like dialogue because it's like that
Diabolical.
Like, that dialogue is that diabolical. So we've got that. We have Wes and Jesse. We have the Sierra. We have so much
Much to cover.
Yeah, let's break here. This will be the end of part 1, and we'll catch everything up in part 2. So I'll get it out as soon as humanly possible.
And we'll
Like and
see you over there.
subscribe. Like
Yeah.
and subscribe and pew, pew, pew.
And
Hype.
spend your hype
Do the
points
hypes.
on us.
Yeah.
Save some for part 2.
I think it's working.
This pink berry ain't gonna pay
because
for itself.
We have so many people in our comments now that I feel like we speak to the same people every week. This last month, I'm seeing brand new names that I've never seen. I went into the because I normally don't need to do this because there's not much in there, but there is a section in the YouTube studio where it's like, here's all your comments, but then you can also go to like problematic comments like that were held. Some that were held for like you can approve them, and others they're like you can't approve these. Like here's what they are, but like
I forget to go
it's
into
not a
those.
go.
I haven't been in
Yeah,
there.
no, we never really need to because there's usually only about 3 or 4 in there. There was so many people that like got like jailed into the like possibly inappropriate comments,
Ruh-roh.
and I approved as many as I could. And if you don't see your comment in there, you need Jesus.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You need Jesus.
Okay, be right back for part 2. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Cheeseburger.